Episode 268 of the Blathering Live begins right now. I'm Ken Napzok. You're watching live here. This is a radio show from the past and the present. You know what that means? It's like an AM radio talk show from then that you can enjoy now. I think that means you can listen on your phone or you listen on the podcast version. If you're watching here on YouTube, do me a favor. Do me a favor, hit that like button, kids. Why? Because the YouTube overlords have created a system in which we all need to try to function in, and that algorithm is part of the system. All right? People checking in, regulars, Professor of Smart Things, Addie, she's hoping she doesn't fall asleep. You take a nap, you can fall asleep. This show will be here. If you need to sleep, in fact, time is it? 5:02 in the best time zone in the world, the West Coast. About 4:47, I was asleep, or started to fall asleep on my couch, because I had a big lunch today with our pal Dorina, DJ Bruja, who releases music this Friday, and we were out celebrating with a nice lunch. I came home full and happy and almost fell asleep. The show would have never happened. We are going to talk. It's an open forum tonight. We got confessions. It's Thursday. We're going to take your confessions. We're going to do the Game of Thrones rewatch, which, again, I thank you all for letting that happen here live on this show. I can clip it out and put on Casterly Talk, and thank you to Jared for forcing me to do that a year ago. But we'll see how today goes. Today we're going to review episode 3 of season 8, The Long Night, which is, I think, one of the most monumentous achievements in the history of television, and dare I even say cinema on the small screen. But I know it will test my patience. It will test my ability to control my anger. So here's where that's on the docket today. We're also going to talk a little news up top here, and producer Steve is here to do that. Steve, could you have hosted? Could I just go take a nap now? You could host this show.
Yeah, I mean, if you need to tag me in, I can just do what a substitute radio host does, and just like on Mondays after NFL football, I'll just take calls all night and just be like, hey, okay, what'd you think of the game? All right, go. What'd you think of this week's Night of the Seven Kingdoms? Yep. And I just hope Alden Ken won't sue me. Go. That's what I do. It'd be easy.
You can do it.
Yeah.
I'm here. I'm in a good mood. I'm in a grumpy mood. I've been a little sassy with people on Casterly Talk today. One deserved it fully. One, I just posted. Maybe I was a little too harsh, but I put a YouTube short out and a reel about this past week's Casterly Talk episode, and I was like, yeah, it's a flashback, or the flashback in the episode was like 13 years ago, because it's like the end of Daemon's rebellion, the Blackfire Rebellion, which is mentioned in the episode and mentioned in the show and mentioned happening roughly 13 years ago. That's facts that the show has put out there, Steve. And this fuckstick just got in the comments, was like, in the books, he's 16 or 17, so this couldn't be a flashback of 13 years. Go take those books, crinkle them up, and fucking shove it up there till it bleeds. I do not give a shit about book discourse, Steve, and I'm not even grumpy. I'm vengeful about it today.
Yeah, you sound like it. I'm here to. I'll take the blows. I'll absorb the anger for everyone, so that the audience doesn't have to take it too much. That way, your next stuff is a little more lighthearted, or you're giving out your good your the good vibes hero. Thoughts. Yeah. I try.
I'm not, but I'm not even angry. I am done.
You're tired, boss.
I'm tired, boss. I'm tired. Sound like Andre the Giant. You're tired, boss. I'm tired of this kind of. Like Physics Jones just said, a book canon is different than show movie canon. It's not that fucking hard.
No, but Ken, it is. But Ken, it is because
J.R.R. Tolkien wrote a book 200 years ago. It's not that long. Peter Jackson and his team did an amazing job. Sorry, Tom Bombadil got cut out. Sorry, we're moving past it. Judge that for that. Judge Game of Thrones for that. Anyway, this is not going good, Steve, because when the Game of Thrones rewatch comes up today, last week I was watching the episode, The Long Night, and I started screaming in my garage at people not even
watching
there.
It in your garage?
I work out. By the way,
okay. I'm just asking.
Put a pin in that.
Okay.
Okay. I was so angry. I was watching The Long Night, and I was like, this is perfection. But if I have to hear one more person saying, I couldn't see it on my TV.
It's dark. Yeah, it's a little
fucking
dark.
Go to Radio Shack and buy whatever TV you need to watch this, because it's perfection. God damn it. Oh, this is Jared's fault.
Well, I'm glad you brought it up now, though, because I'm not in for the Game of Thrones segment, so I get to at least give you like a little bit of taste, or at least not even that. Like I'm not even gonna give you Game of Thrones takes. I'm just gonna kind of just like light the fire underneath just a little bit, so that way Jared gets the spiciest version of you. Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
I feel like I need a cigarette and a sandwich after that flame you tossed at me just to start things. I didn't do anything. Don't yell at me.
I'm not. You're here to talk me through it. You're my therapist.
Yeah, I'm trying. I don't
But I'm in a good. I was
was
starting to say I was good mood. I was in a good mood because you see how I have a white T-shirt on underneath this hoodie. You see it? See how this white T-shirt on?
Yeah, both.
I normally wear black on black on black. It's a thing, and that's why I switched to a couple years ago. That's not changing. But I wore a white T-shirt today, Steve, because I've been working out enough again that I feel I can wear one. I feel I don't look like an Oompa Loompa on his break in a white T-shirt, and I'm feeling really chuffed about that.
I'm glad. That's awesome. You should feel chuffed. I didn't know chuffed was a good thing. I thought if you had told me, see again, this is another vocab thing. Like last year it was, or not last year. Last week it was something principles,
Dangling participle. Dangling
participles. There it is.
Yeah.
That's the word that I'd never heard before that I heard last week, and now chuffed. I'm learning chuffed is a good thing, not a bad thing. I would have thought chuffed was like I'm chuffed.
Are you thinking of chafed? Are you thinking of chafed?
Well, no, I know chafed. I know what that is. I had to switch from boxers to briefs, for reasons. But that's not the same same thing. I didn't know chuffed was a good thing.
Leave it to one of our Brits. Leave it to one of our Brits. Chuffed means good, happy, proud of. It's very, Oh, you chuffed, eh? Hey, oh, you chuffed over there. You
This is the benefit to having such a good international show, Ken. Love it.
Addie updates us on her advice call Monday. Did pick a Lent intention workout related. Okay, that's good. Well, we'll get the update, man. Speaking of working out, Steve, can we talk a little bit? I don't have much to say that hasn't already been said today. Can we talk about RFK Jr. and Kid Rock sharing this official White House shared video of these two absolute reprobates and weirdos, one who works out in his jeans with a belt. Can we talk about it? I don't know what to even say about it, Steve. What do you think about it?
Okay. My first reaction was, do we have to, when you said here we're going to talk about this? Just because I just have to think about that picture that you have in the thumbnail of RFK shirtless wearing jeans, looking like a piece of bacon. But the video of him and Kid Rock working out, I swear to God, at first, and I don't mean this in a bad way, I thought that was like a 15-year-old video of RFK Jr. and like Macaulay Culkin before he got his shit together working out, right? And the other thing is we can't trust I wouldn't trust someone to microwave me popcorn that does a cold plunge in jeans and a belt, let alone be the health secretary of the United States. Yeah, that really is concerning to me. It's that's just a lot going on there.
A lot of people asking if he's a never nude, referencing Arrested Development.
And the thing is, a warning before you do that, Ken. Jeez.
I mean, he's got good. Look, here's the thing: he's got good shoulders and biceps. I wish I had his body. For what is he? 91 years old. I mean, I'll take that. But I couldn't even find I bring up the thumbnail for audio listeners. I brought up the thumbnail. I couldn't even find a clear picture because the video itself was grainy and like it was shot on,
in Chernobyl, like there was radiation background going on. That's what it looked like. The footage was like grainy and weird. I think it was just because they were in like 150-degree sauna probably the whole time, and the camera itself was maybe melting. That could be part of it. But RFK looks that way. That might not be him, Ken. Like for all we know, he could just have like 6 or 7 people kind of like pieced together and then really well lasered on there.
Are you saying that in terms of AI or just him in real world?
No, the real world. He eats. This is the guy who eats roadkill. Like, who's to say he didn't just take like a bear ligament and be like, oh man, see how much stronger I'll be with like a bear forearm than a human one. And that's why that's why he has to get so tan and everything, because he's got to bake to keep it all in. I don't know. He looks like a hot dog. But
Sean ML Briggs watching live on Facebook says Kid Rock makes me slightly disappointed to be from Michigan. Sean, this isn't on you. This is on you. It's not on Michigan. I'll tell you what this is on in terms of Kid Rock. It is on the late 90s and the early 2000s. This is our problem. We did this. Yes. We elevated him, and he was the epitome of cool for reasons at the time I didn't fully understand. I was never a great fan, but I'm not saying that to absolve myself. I was part of it. the Limp Bizkit, the Woodstock '99, the aggressive male culture, that just kind of ramped up in a way that had not been in the last 5-10 years. Yes, male culture is always pretty bad, but like it was something special. It was something problematically dangerous in '99 to like 2005 or six. This is on us, Steve. Kid Rock is on us.
You're 100%. We do have to take responsibility for Kid Rock, as I think millennials, Gen Xers, that made him popular in that time. This is also a good lesson on post 9/11 ultra patriotism, Ken. I think Kid Rock, I think he got away with a lot of post 9/11, like just leaning into the red, white, and blue, wrap yourself in the flag kind of stuff. And then he had one song in like the late 2000s about Alabama or something that was Sweet Home Alabama or whatever it was. Right? Oh no, I just went away.
Wow.
I hit my button.
Good advertisement for Blathering.
I'm sorry. I hit my iPad. But he got some he got like a little bit of a bump there at the end of the 2000s after all that, but he was like the epitome of like, we're all fine with invading Iraq because we're listening to Kid Rock and we're driving around our H2, that doesn't have a roof. Yeah.
The Hummers were the Cybertrucks of their day. I wasn't actively a participant of all of it. I copped to having subscriptions to Maxim stuff and For Him magazine. I did that thing. I did that. I don't know. I thought I'd learn some tips for dating in those magazines, Steve. I don't know.
That's what FHM stands for?
For Him magazine, yeah.
Yeah, I just put that together.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. Lad culture from the UK.
Yeah, no, I'm familiar with all of it. To me, it was just like they were just letters. Like Maxim, FHM. It was just whatever. You didn't think about. I wasn't reading it, Ken. If you know what I mean. So yeah.
Yeah. First of all, I don't. Brady in our chat says still don't know who Kid Rock is, and I don't care to learn. I don't believe that, Brady. I don't believe that you just haven't just soaked up the Kid Rock pop culture character by osmosis over the years. He hasn't been as popular, and this is part of his slide. This is part of where he ended up. But come on, it's Kid Rock. I mean, I'm not saying that with any pride. I'm just saying, come on, Brady, get your nose out of the Lord of the Rings books.
You don't remember him shooting Bud Light cans like a year ago? Like during the whole protest, he was the one that like really got Bud Light to be like, okay, fine, all right, relax. We'll be a little more anti, LGBT now because you guys want to buy our beer.
James Holmes says good night, and he has a nice super chat we're going to read here in a second. Actually, I'll just read it right now. GOT rewatch from James. Just finished watching The Long Night. Love Carice Van Houten's performance in it. It's perfection. My favorite character in GOT, I think, not Redemption, but I think she was thinking that. Yeah, no, it's thank you, James, for that super chat and that comment. I love Melisandre in that episode. It's perfect. It's haunting. It's poetic. It's art, damn it. The Kid Rock thing. Yeah, I know there's a bit of an age difference between us, Steve. Okay. So you experienced in the late 90s and 2000s a little different, but I think that perspective is valuable. How aware were you of like just what was going on, the Limp Bizkit of it all? And I don't even mean to place it at the feet of Limp Bizkit. I really don't. They were part of it, but they benefited from what was going on. If the world didn't want them, they wouldn't have made the money. You know what I mean? What was your younger perspective of that time?
Very, very much aware. I was adolescent. That was back when I actually did somewhat kind of listen to music as a kid, or was at least a little bit more tuned in with the culture, just because back then that was part of, we didn't have the regular internet culture we do now with social media or anything. So music was one of our social, cultural town halls in a way, right? That was how you connected with people. So yeah, I was aware of all that kind of stuff. And that time period was right in my formative turn of the century, Ken. Not New Year's 2000. That was the first time I ever got drunk, period. So yeah, right. So that gives you a little perspective. Okay. Way still underage, but still.
Yeah, I was going to say, I'm doing the math there. In the books, Dunk is 16 and 17. So Steve drinking there is wrong.
But I was aware of how douchey Limp Bizkit was and all of that with the calamity of Woodstock '99, all that kind of stuff. It was very much a I didn't hang out with the Limp Bizkit and the Kid Rock kids. That wasn't my thing. I wasn't into the Nookie or into Kid Rock.
You didn't do it all for the cookie and the Nookie?
If my dad listened to me, if my dad heard me listening to the Nookie, he would have like he would have packed my bags for me and just shipped me off somewhere.
That's a good father.
And my brother actually got sent to military school when he was in high school. So when my parents like threatened that, they actually had some juice behind it.
Okay.
Like I had to, yeah.
Okay.
For sure.
All right. So you're not to blame. Yeah, we did this to you. My generation did this to you. And I remember when it turned, because every generation, especially in terms of music, is reacting to what came before. The alternative grunge stuff is a reaction in general to the hair metal, all that kind of stuff. And then the pop bands, the Britneys and the Christinas and the NSYNCs and the 98 Degrees and the Backstreets and all that stuff arise. I wasn't at the time a huge fan of it. Still not a huge fan of it. But I like the songs. Like I can look at it with a different view now. Big Spice Girls fan, as I've said many times. But then this came out. Then this reaction to what you want to dance and have feelings and joy. We're gonna light it on fire and pee on it. And it just looking back, how did that happen? I know why it happened.
Why? Well, but like I never understood because I was a kid I wasn't around for the grunge era, right? Like I was too little for that. So it was more like I was growing up in the beginning of like the boy band era and the revitalized pop idol era, right?
Yeah.
And the notion was, like those, it was weird. Like, why did rock get to that weird state, I guess is what it was. Or like what I guess what you could call rock was like, we had such a good thing going for like 30 years there with rock and roll as far as like what it was until you kind of got to like the hair band and then going into like the grunge era there. But it's like, it was such it wasn't, depending on what you like though, but like, what was it? And then we got to that. So it was just, was that like a reaction to that? Or was we had to totally put it on top of, like we had to turn it upside down because we were sick of it for 30 years. It was like, we had a good thing. Why did we break it?
I look at the 80s. I'm not a huge fan of 80s music as much as others. And it's because it was so synthesized and it was so, it's just a sound that I kind of enjoy now, but that begot, the authentic sounds of the grunge era and the alternative era. But again, even by the end of the alternative era, you saw what some would call softer bands emerge. And I was around people who'd be like, with apologies to those listening, it was just pussy music. Like that's what I heard all the time.
Yep.
All the time. And so that begat, I'm speaking like it's the Bible, that begat. I say Limp Bizkit as a poster children for it, but again, I don't necessarily just mean to single them out, but I think it was like the biggest, along with Kid Rock, and there we're at, and then all the young, angry, mostly white men felt seen again because they had been told we weren't being seen. Which is a thing that cycles through all of history. The young white angry men are told or whispered, "You're not being seen," and they feel they need to latch onto people that see them. It's all connected, Steve.
And it's all because of Kid Rock.
Yes.
All because of Kid Rock.
So maybe in a weird way, right now we can blame Trump on Kid Rock, kind of pulling him forward again. But in a weird way, we can also blame Trump on Kid Rock. It's all a circle. It's poetry. It rhymes. That's what George was talking about.
You beat me right to it. Damn.
Who would you want to work out with though? RFK and Kid Rock had this little workout partnership. That was sweet. It was quite frankly sweet. They didn't really work out together in the parts of the video I saw. It was this weird, like, I'll do push-ups in the back, you...
And Kid Rock just putting out push-ups while RFK is on a bike is one of the funniest things from the administration. I hope that is one of the Wikipedia thumbnails for like Trump's cabinet. I really hope that's like one of the ones they choose for RFK. It's so good.
And also, like, I have a little portable Stairmaster in my garage right now. I have a bike. It's not fixed, so I can't ride it. I've been on stationary bikes. I'm not judging anyone who would use anything like that. You got it. But that stationary bike looks like it was from 1958. Right?
Right. Yes.
It looked like it was something that Eisenhower's...
Like a sauna room.
Yes. Yeah. And I don't like sauna. I can't. I have heart attacks. Like, my blood pressure gets too low. Like, I can't do it. True story, Steve. You want a true story? About 10 years ago, do the math, about 10 years ago, almost died after having sexual relations in a hot tub. Did you need to know that? Yeah.
Did I need to know that? No. Am I glad that I know that now? Sort of.
And here's the thing, and I've never
I think I can do something with that.
I've never really talked about it. But the game started, And, we weren't in the hot tub at that point. The game had moved to a more classic environment, a hotel bedroom. And in the middle of it, I felt like I'm passing out, right? Like my heart's stopping. Everything's going. I can't hear or see. But there was that one split second of like, you got to finish the job, James. We're here. Game on. And then suddenly
evolution has brought us to this moment.
Yes. Like, if you're going to go, this is the way to go. and then like, I think I saw the light. I went down the tunnel and saw the light, and I was like, all right, how about we wake up? And I had to stop things. It was scary. It was scary, Steve.
Yeah, that is scary. But so, okay, so here's we don't need to go down that road.
Stay on target. Stay on target. That's kind of it. It was kind of it because, like, again, I was a late bloomer. I was a lonely kid, and I'm thinking, you always wanted this chance. Anyways, so I can't do saunas.
Fair.
Who would you work out with, and who's getting the bike first?
Okay, so I was thinking about this, and I was gonna just go like famous people, right? So like actors, just so people like so it's recognizable.
Yeah.
Elijah Wood or Michael Cera, and here's why.
Please explain.
I need to feel good about myself when I'm working out, right?
Okay.
So I feel like I could size up either of those guys and be like, yeah, I could outbench or like outlift like either of those dudes, or like out. You know what I mean? I just feel like like if I had to, it's just like a weird monkey brain male dominance kind of thing. And that also comes from trauma of like my college roommate was 6'4" and built like a marble David statue, so like a literal like Adonis. So I wanted to whenever working, we go to the gym a lot. He would motivate me to go to the gym a lot, but I felt like an actual child, like working out next to him. So I want to flip that around. That's my goal.
Okay. That's fantastic. So I have two answers. I think in this kind of situation, in a close setting in a sauna with an exercise bike, I'm going Governor Tim Walz. I think that's a good workout buddy. I think he too might work out in jeans or maybe cargo pants, because he might have to go hunt or do something wilderness related out there. I think that's what I think it would be jovial. I think it would be good natured, and it'd be a good kind of poster version of an administration saying we should all work out. Which, by the way, I agree. I like physical fitness. I like eating maybe more than working out, but I love working out. I believe we all should if you can. Like I believe I take your excuses and I toss them out the window. Get in the gym, work out, walk, do things. I am dangerously close to make America healthy again. I admit that, but I don't. I believe in vaccines, and I don't have a brainworm. So I think Tim Walz and I could be the opposite of what Kid Rock and RFK were. But my second choice, if we can just work out, can we just work out, Steve, with just anywhere?
That's what I was thinking. I wasn't necessarily putting us in the sauna with the 50-year-old exercise bike, but in that scenario, I'm definitely picking Michael Cera. Yeah,
Michael Cera. Just don't you want to hang out with Tim Walz? Don't you want to hang out with Tim Walz? Whether it's at a county fair or in a sauna on an exercise bike, I think it'd be a good time. I think it'd be a fun time.
I would prefer the county fair, but yeah,
I would too. I think I want to work out with Laserbolt from our audience in the forest, chopping wood with our shirts off, jeans on. We'd have jeans on and boots, and just chopping wood. I don't smoke cigars, but maybe we do a little working out while we're puffing cigars in the forest. That might be dangerous. Some meat grilling there. I really think I think a good forest workout with Laserbolt. Laserbolt's got the greatest YouTube channel just waiting to launch. He's got his Friday Night Flights channel. He's got that stuff. But forest meats would include forest living, and Laserbolt, just let us run your channel.
Yeah, living in the woods with Laserbolt. Just let it. Yeah, just you make the stuff. We'll figure the rest out.
Indeed. Anyways, thanks to the government for empowering these people and going from there. Also on the news today, so you have a couple notes on this. I saw this in the morning, and I had a wonderful busy day. shot something with our friend Darina. I will say no more, but a lot of fun, and she's got new music coming out on Friday. We're going to try to get Darina on the show to talk about it. So I got a little distracted. But so the former Prince, Andrew Mountbatten, which is just a wonderful, it's my favorite last name in all the world, it was arrested for the involvement with the Epstein files. Steve, what do we have on this?
Yeah, so Prince Andrew, the noted friend of Jeffrey Epstein and other questionable characters of their ilk, was arrested. Ken, this is the first time that a British royal has been arrested since 1647.
Wow.
That was Charles I for being a traitor, apparently.
Wow. To the crown? Sedition to the crown?
I think yeah, it sounds like they were doing some naughty stuff back then. I think that might have been like English Civil War type time. I don't know. Maddie will let us know.
Charles I?
Charles I, 1647.
Former King of England. Wow. Yeah. So I drank at a pub, the Cheshire Cheese, which I think he was in office, so to speak, when it opened. Great stuff. Yeah. Wow. Okay. This is fantastic.
I love they have bars that are just 200 years older than our entire country.
Right. I didn't know this. This is fantastic. I'm going to look this up later. This is what I'm going to be doing tonight. You sorted my night.
There's a documentary on that for sure somewhere. But yeah, Andrew was arrested at 8 a.m. this morning local time. He was questioned for 11 hours. I imagine in the Tower of London by men with giant halberds and like big poofy hats. You know what I mean? Like over like a bed of crocodiles or something like that. Exactly. But he was not necessarily arrested for what you would associate Jeffrey Epstein with for as far as the Epstein files and all of that stuff. He was arrested for supposedly trading trade secrets or he was shared confidential government trade reports with Jeffrey Epstein while serving as the UK trade envoy back in 2010. So they're basically doing what amounts to political insider trading. And so it's kind of like getting Capone on his taxes here with how they actually got Andrew arrested, but he was released. So he's not currently behind bars, but they did question him for 11 hours.
Do you think he sang? Do you sing?
I sure hope so. I don't think he has any reason to necessarily because of what they're, it's financial crimes is what they're getting him on essentially. But
is it white collar enough that he wouldn't go to a federal, penitentiary, pound me in the ass jail or, like on Office Space? He'd go, somewhere up the country?
Well, it's England. Don't they just cut off your head or throw you in a moat?
Maddie, can you chime in on that? Our UK correspondent tonight. What would they do?
I don't know. I thought that's why we made our own country, Ken, because we didn't like their justice system.
Yeah, you'd think maybe Andrew Mountbatten would be locked in some sort of tower with a small window, and that would be it, right?
Exactly. Yeah, it's literally one of their most famous buildings, Tower of London. But but I think this part of this is, again, he was stripped of his titles. Charles came out and said, hey, we're going to let the course of law, this whole thing called due process and like the idea of letting the law follow the course, like, holy shit, that's refreshing to hear. Assuming that all actually goes to plan, we'll see if that actually takes course. But just the fact that it happened was a big deal. People celebrating this just from a accountability standpoint, like, hey, there's the idea of power actually being held accountable, and we'll see if there's any actual consequences from it.
I'm with you. At least it's an action, and there's other countries that have taken some actions, and France going into the X offices and all that kind of stuff. And yeah, we're the only country that hasn't. And normally my instincts would be like, hey, I don't know, it's not as easy as arresting Trump or whatever it is. And there's some logistics and all that stuff. Blah, blah, blah. I don't know. I on this case, I'm like, it just looks so obviously bad that. Over here, the big thing this week is like Hakeem Jeffries saying, now no one boo him at the State of the Union. Please no one boo him. Let's be better.
We're so screwed. Oh, God, don't get me started. Oh, God, I was in such a good mood till you mentioned all that, Ken. I am excited, though, for my governor will be giving the State of the Union response on Tuesday, the Democratic response, so we'll see how she goes. Yes, we'll be excited.
Is that the new one?
Abigail Spanberger, yeah, the new governor of Virginia, will be giving the Democratic response to Trump's State of the Union. I kind of want to do like, maybe we'll do that. Maybe it's Tuesday, so between Saturday and Monday, between now and then, I don't know. Maybe we'll do like a couple of like prop bets for the State of the Union, just like a State of the Union bingo, maybe.
Let's do it.
Like if like how many products is Trump going to hawk? Like how many brands, as you mentioned? I don't know.
Maybe we shouldn't call them prop bets publicly anymore.
Oh yeah, that's fair.
With the betting problem in the world.
Fair.
I like this idea.
Bingo.
My first bingo thing. Do you think he's going to even make it? Like
to Tuesday?
Can he stand and speak?
Yeah,
and I know.
He'll be fine.
I know. I remember when Biden was hopped up on goofballs and all that stuff, and Katie Britt gave her trad wife speech. But you think he's going to make it? You think he's going to hold?
No.
You think he's going to be up? The speech is going to be. I hate the guy, but the speech is going to be absolutely bonkers to watch.
Yes, because he's so old. It's too late at night. There's no way. The only communication Trump does at that time of night is like on his phone, like tweeting shit out, right? Or like while he's like, I imagine him like slumped over half in bed or like in a chair, just like watching Fox News, and you know what I mean. He's whatever, but he's just rage tweeting all night. So we're gonna get the verbal version of that. The first 5 minutes might be a little buttoned up because it's kind of like football, right? You know how the first drive of the game is scripted, Ken. So like it's like the offense looks pretty good in the first quarter. Usually, if your team is, I know this isn't super familiar for you in the last year or so, but usually if your team has their shit together,
our team's really good, and then we take a halftime break and have so many orange slices, we come back out and shit the bed in the third quarter. That was our season, but yes.
But teams will script that first drive, those first 10 to 15 plays, so that they know all week, okay, here's what we're going to start with. Here's what we're going to start with. So Trump's going to come out of the gate hot with all that energy, and then he's going to let this go for at least 2 hours, right? Because he has to have everyone going, and then when it flips from speech to just rally energy, that's when all the cards are off the table, and we're really into like wild bingo territory.
Wouldn't it be great if we still lived in an era where you could take him out on a plank? You know, like in Oh Brother, Where Art Thou, where they take that guy, is you not my constituents, and they take him out. And Pappy O'Daniel comes in with it's the Soggy Bottom Boys. Like, Oh Brother, We're Out There, still one of the greatest movies of all time. Wouldn't it be great? But okay, here's we'll see where this falls on the bingo card. But on my bingo card, I actually think at one point he might fall over.
Just fall over?
I'm predicting something that we would never have expected, that like not like a catastrophe, but I think something's going to happen. Like he's going to drop a water bottle, or he's going to get lost and turn around and be like, JD, where am I? I think something's going to happen.
Okay, I like this. Maybe okay. Well, let's I'll write a note about this. The State of the Union bingo card. Maybe there's something here.
There you go. Addie's got it. Well, ain't this a geographical oddity? 2 weeks from everywhere. I'm a Dapper Dan man. All right, we're going to take some calls. We also have sinful confessions. If anyone has sinful confessions, whether it is in chat, whether you call in, it doesn't matter to us. You can write it. Just write sinful in all caps. YouTube will ban you. No, I'm kidding. And then, see, Alan Smithy's like me. They can't hide it. So if 32 minutes into his State of the Union speech, the president is just like, America's going to see it. I think something weird's going to happen. I'm telling you, I think something weird's going to happen.
I feel like they've already pulled that card though. Like we've already seen that episode. He did. It wasn't the State of the Union. I know.
Not on the State of the Union.
That feels like lazy writing, Ken. I don't know. At this point, because we've already seen that.
This administration, both versions, has destroyed satire. So you would think that this is a season 9 of Veep, but I think it's going to happen. I think old Bubble Hands is going to go up there and shit his pants. I think it's going to happen. And JD Vance is going to he's going to pretend. But whoever sits, who's up there with them? Is it Hakeem? Who sits there with you?
It'll be the Speaker of the House. It'll be Mike Johnson. It'll be Mike Johnson and JD Vance.
Don't we get a rep? Don't we have it?
Hakeem might be on one of the sides, like the minority leader might be on one of the. But he's like on the speaker. Yeah, it's the speaker.
Okay, those two clowns will hide it. They'll hide it. In fact, you know what those two clowns will do? They'll both shit their pants. They'll shit their pants. Mike Johnson and JD Vance will shit their pants in public just to Spartacus it.
Oh God, it's like that shitty Rudy movie where they all put the jersey down. It's like, okay, yeah, okay, we'll put our
All
diaper down
fake.
for you, Mr. President. I hate that movie.
None of it happened. You hate that movie. Mark Ellis literally watches it once a day. All right, we're gonna. So confessions, folks. It's Thursday. I want your confessions. Get in here, call in, become a channel member, become a Patreon supporter. Thank you to both Kingsport Cal and Jared the Tide Pilot gifting channel memberships. I really appreciate that. Super chats coming in as well. Thanks to Jared saying, "What do we say to the God of Death? Not today." And we got another one here. Oh, Sean, check it in here. Much love from my British pals, as far as the crown is concerned. They can kiss my Irish ass. And I can't say that. Take off her. Our day will come. And then Malcolm says, Malcolm is a great question I want to get to here. Hey, Ken, hope all's well. I feel like I may have asked this before, but I'll ask anyway. When you're bombing on stage, do you try to win back the crowd or simply power through the set? In the past, I used to shrink away and get scared, and then the bombing will get worse. Now I either call it out. I never blame the audience. That's not fair. That's not their problem. It's mine, or it's just a circumstance. But I try to not only power through it, I try to gather them round like it's a campfire. And I had that this week. The Star Trek show I did on Sunday was the whole vibe for the whole show was weird and bizarre. And I powered through and it was okay. It's okay. So it sometimes happens. And then I got to address Mike Joyce is looking forward to your music video debut. Thank you, Mike. But that's actually not true. I have been in another music video. And it is Jim James, his video for the frontman from my Morning Jacket. Set it to song. You can look it up on YouTube. Jim James, set it to song, and you will see me. I'm in that video. I am in that video. All right, so let's take a call here. Let's do top of the hour. We're going to do GOT. No one's called in with confessions yet. Addie has an Olympic question. I think it's a good chance to talk to Addie to see if she's joined that curling club, if you've been following this tale. Alan Smithy just confessed to murder in chat, so that's good. All right, Dr. Addie, our resident professor of smart things. We're off with science tonight for those that are waiting for the science segment. I'll be back soon. Addie's been swamped with being an actual scientist, an actual goddamn scientist and professor. So, Addie, welcome to the show. How you doing, and what can we help you with?
Thank you, Ken. Thank you for taking my call. I have a bit. It's almost a silly Saturday question, but since there won't be a silly Saturday this week,
that's correct.
I wanted to do it before I forgot.
I love it.
So
love it.
Today, U.S. figure skater Alyssa Liu broke a 20-year gold medal drought for U.S. women's figure skating by winning the gold medal. It was last won by an American woman in 2002.
Okay.
And an American woman has not been on the podium for figure skating in 20 years.
That is something. I did not know that because I grew up in an era where we were always there.
Yeah. Yeah.
Who was the winner?
Her name was Alyssa Liu.
No, sorry. So 20 years ago, it was Sarah Hughes.
Sarah Hughes.
Yes. Okay. I remember Sarah Hughes. Yes. Okay.
Who was there? She was in the audience.
Oh, wow. Okay. Okay. This is great.
So she skated her free skate. So first of all, Alyssa Liu is one of my new favorite people because she is like a punk rock figure skater. Like when you think of a figure skater, and then you Google Alyssa Liu, that is not going to be like what you picture.
Love it. Love it.
She skated her free skate to MacArthur's Park.
MacArthur's Park? The song?
The song MacArthur's Park, originally sung by Dumbledore himself, Richard Harris. MacArthur's Park is melting in the dark. All the sweet green icing's flowing down. Someone left the cake out in the rain.
Wow. Okay. Yeah. Okay. MacArthur Park.
Bake it. I'll never have this recipe again.
I didn't know Richard Harris did that. Yeah. Okay. Jimmy Webb wrote it. Yeah. Okay.
Which is, I think, one of the strangest songs ever written.
Love it.
There are so many drugs involved in writing that song.
Absolutely. As it should be. Yeah. Okay. So she's great.
It's also like not what you would choose for a figure. Like if on 100 years, I would never have had on my bingo card somebody doing a figure skating routine to MacArthur's Park. So I would like to know you and Steve's Olympic free skate songs. What are you skating to?
This is great. This is a great question, Steve.
Fabulous question.
Steve, let's pick one song each for free skate, and let's pick one song together for a couple skate.
Yes. I was literally thinking the exact same thing. Okay, perfect.
This is great. So free skate. Gosh, who? You know what? I
got
it's
it.
one of my favorite songs. I mentioned it back in the old afternoons days. It was one of Josh McCougan's and my favorite songs. We were going to perform it at a wedding, but that wedding due to COVID got postponed, and we couldn't attend. I was in Paris when the wedding happened later on. And that is Annie Lennox's "Walking on Broken Glass." I'm going with "Walking on Broken Glass."
No.
What is that yours?
No, that's literally what I was about to say.
Okay, then that's our couples. Steve, that's our heated rivalry couple song.
Oh, I just can't believe you pulled I can't no one's gonna believe me, but I swear to God, that's what I was gonna say. Oh my gosh,
it's adorable. That's cute, Steve. That's cute.
Yeah, I love that song. Yes, great song.
Okay.
Yes.
That's our couple song. All right. So, that means I got.
We both have to get a backup now. Ah, shoot. Okay.
Right, my free skate song is gonna be Natalie Imbruglia's "Torn." That's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna do Natalie Imbruglia's "Torn." Okay. Just see me doing. I can say I'm torn. I'm all out of faith. And then I hit the triple axel. Oh, it's gonna be great.
Yeah, and then what's great about that, Ken, is then that video could also be, you could license that out to be used for 8 different pharmaceutical commercials as just the B-roll in the background as they talk about the side effects of takes Superperberol so that blah blah blah, and then there's Ken figure skating in the background because that song
on the floor. Illusions never change. Yeah,
I just imagine that song and that in doctor's offices.
Love it. I love Natalie Imbruglia. I'm going with this song. You?
Okay. Okay. Walk with me here. Bob Seger. Is the name? I don't remember the name of the song, but take those old records off the shelf. What is the name of that song?
Records off the shelf.
And here's why: because that is also my go-to karaoke song. And you know why, Ken? Because you don't actually have to know the words to that song. You can just keep saying, and and just take those old records off the shelf for the entire song, and it works. Yes. And when you do that at karaoke, the entire bar loses their shit, and you have that moment of oh my God, I have an entire room of people in my hand. And that was one of my greatest moments. I think that's
great. This is great. Okay, so Claudia's in chat. Claudia. She says Alyssa was wonderful. Also, the women's U.S. hockey team took gold. So Claudia is a dancer by trade and skill for many years. I think Claudia could choreograph our couples dance to Annie Lennox's "Walking on Glass," our couple skate. I think this would be she would be the one.
We're going to need the help because I am a horrible dancer. I have 4 left feet.
I'm not a great dancer unless you fuel me up with alcohol and chaperone songs.
Oh. You said fuel me up. I was a little worried at first.
you could fill me up too, Steve. But I cannot skate. I can't roller skate. I can't roller blade. I can't skateboard. I can't ice skate. I can't do nothing. In fact, this kind of y'all see, sometimes you can see up here, I got a little mark up here, my eyebrow. That's a scar from playing broom hockey on an ice rink at a church camp in my shoes. So I wasn't even on skates and I couldn't manage the ice. So that's the biggest challenge.
I was a good rollerblader as a kid. I was peak rollerblading era of 90s or 2000s, everything. Yeah. I love a good rollerblading session.
We got some breaking news. All right, so Addie, number 1.
Oh.
Addie,
okay.
This was a great question. This was a home run of a question. Addie, what would be your free song, your free skate song?
There's a little bit of recency bias here, but I would like to see someone, not me, I have no skating talent, but I would like to see someone do a free skate to Pink Pony Club.
I love that. Pink Pony Club.
Because
I'm
imagining as that song builds, because there's an artistry score in figure skating. I'm imagining as that song builds, you land a jump as it as the beat drops for the chorus.
I love this, and you can do just like they did on the Pink Pony Club. Yeah, absolutely. Okay, Addie, thank you. We'll hopefully science next week or week after, but no pressure. You do it when you want to come back, okay?
Yeah,
you got stuff going on.
We will hopefully get to a week where I don't start falling asleep at 8:30 and wake up at 5 in the morning, and then we will have science again.
It's all good. We appreciate you. We love it. Addie, thank you for that question. It was a home run.
Of course. As soon as she started skating to MacArthur's Park, I was like, I have to talk to Ken about this.
Weird songs. Talk to Ken. All right, Addie, appreciate you. We got GOT. We got Sean with confession. We got a confession in chat. But I was sent some breaking news. Steve, you're going to have to help me because I do not have X on my phone. Like I cannot actually open it even if I wanted to on Apple.
Okay.
My friend Jennifer Miro, one of the great animation writers in the world and one of my favorite people in the world, just sent me some breaking news of just look at what the White House posted. So it might be from Truth Social, but I'm reading. Oh man, where are my reading glasses? Oh my gosh.
Oh, we got to put the readers on. We're doing
God.
that.
Oh my God. So I instructed Jeffries to say that we should boo the president. No, okay. Donald Trump posted, real Donald Trump on Truth Social. Based on the tremendous interest shown, I will be directing the Secretary of War
I'm looking.
and other relevant departments and agencies to begin the process of identifying and releasing government files related to alien and extraterrestrial life, unidentified aerial phenomena, UAPs, and unidentified flying objects, UFOs, and any and all other information connected to these highly complex but extremely interesting and important matters. God bless America. And I'm trying to get to this. The White House posted on X. I just got into my X account on the old laptop here. Let's see how recent this is. Let's see what's going on.
This is legit. I just pulled it up. I've got it here on my side of the screen.
Read what you got.
Yeah, that is, you had it word for word. That is exactly what he posted on Truth Social. So that's aliens. That's where we are.
Come
aliens. On. Look over here.
There are no aliens in this world, folks. I am mocked. I am treated as crazy. There are no aliens. There are no aliens. Steve, this means whatever is in the Epstein files will unravel society. So he's choosing to try to unravel it another direction. This is amazing. Jen Miro, if you're still watching, thank you for this news. I love you, honey. You know I love you. I miss you. Yeah, I mean, Jen's here. Who didn't see this coming with Epstein? Yeah, we've gear shifted to aliens. What can we give them? We've terrorized the city. We
kidnapped the president of a foreign country.
We took another fucking sitting president, not necessarily a legitimate one. We took him. We threatened Greenland. We're going to take Greenland.
Right. We're going to take Greenland. That's just in progress.
Cuba. Yeah, we're going to go down there.
Right. Yeah.
We fought against Bad Bunny. We fought the war of Bad Bunny. This isn't working, Mr. President. We have an idea. Aliens.
Elmer Fudd went to aliens. But here's the thing, Ken. If they've pulled the aliens card now, and it's a Thursday, right? Friday is traditionally News
It's a Thursday.
Day.
He's not making the State of the Union.
Dude, he doesn't. There's no way he drops an aliens tweet on Thursday to not follow that up with something about aliens in the State of the Union on Tuesday, so that's in the record. Like, aliens are going to be in the record in Congress because he's going to talk about it in the State of the Union. But okay, we've played the alien card now, Ken.
Right.
This is like if you've played Magic or any of these other trading card teams. Like, I've put my cool big giant card on the table. Like, now what? If you don't believe me or it doesn't work or you just put a counter spell or whatever, it's like now what do you do after the alien? I don't have another alien card. Like, what is the escalation from aliens?
Yeah, now an alien, Beep Bop Magoo is going to be released for Area 51, and that alien's going to be like, release the Epstein files.
The alien's going to be in the Epstein files. That's what Ken's going to say, or that's what Trump's going to say. He's going to say, hey, the aliens are in the Epstein files. Go blame the aliens. Don't blame me.
Kyle Harlow says Alpha's definitely in the Epstein files. Oh, I can't wait. Where
do we go?
Where do we go from here? We don't go anywhere from here. Yeah, Narcolepsy right. Next step is just a straight up nuclear attack on Mars.
Just nuke Mars. That's Trump's opportunity to come out to the podium and be like, ladies and gentlemen, we got him.
We got him. What did you get? Mars. Mars is gone. Was there a threat there? We think there was.
Elon's going to be pissed.
In fact, Joe Rogan had someone on his podcast that said there was aliens on Mars. Addie says Kennedy assassination files, but I agree with Steve here. Not
do that.
Higher than that. We kind of did that, but higher than that is aliens.
Right.
The Kennedy one, all right, George Herbert Walker Bush and CIA, they had him taken out, and it's the biggest conspiracy that everyone finally... Okay, and I don't necessarily believe all that either, but... yeah, you're right, Steve. Alien invasion.
Where do we go? What is the next thing? Please, somebody tell me. What is the thing after aliens? I don't know.
I really
I'm out of
think,
ideas, Ken.
There isn't, because that's the top thing. That's the top thing that everyone's convinced is so real. And that thing last week when Obama saying it, he was being jokey. I know we retract. He was joking.
Maybe that's what it's about. People were talking about Obama and aliens, and he's like, I have to steal the alien thunder. It's the White House. When is Obama going to learn to just shut the fuck up?
Mr. President, a second aliens reference has hit the tower from Obama. Yeah. But see, and here's the thing. He's going to set himself up for failure too. I know everyone hates me. I know everyone hates me when I say this. There are no aliens. So like what people are thinking is that this is going to be fucking ET and an army of aliens that are hidden in Area 51. It's going to be some more things that Mick West can debunk in 4 minutes. And so now people are going to be more mad at him. His base, his cue. We always knew there was a list. You're not releasing that, and you were on the list. Okay, there's aliens. No, there isn't. Oh, it's a balloon. This is what's going to happen. I can't wait, Steve.
I thought of one thing that might be above aliens, but I don't know how they actually pull this off, and that would be Jesus. That would be actually Jesus. I think that's the only other thing.
That's the bigger thing. How would Trump announce Jesus is returning?
I just got off a phone with Mr. Christ. Great guy, loves me. I don't do a good Trump thing. Also, I have a perpetual nose thing, so I can't do it Trump. Fine. But we'll work on it. But yeah, I just imagine he's like, I talked to Jesus. He loves me. Everyone loves Trump. He's going to come back. He's going to go to Israel first. He's going to come here. Like all this kind of stuff. Like that's the only other thing I can imagine that would top aliens. Thank
you for your attention in this matter, Jesus.
Right. Yeah. Thank you. Right. And it would have a little cross emoji.
I can't wait. Jen Miro, thanks for that information. That's amazing. I can't wait. I wish I was on a stage tonight. This is a stage, but I wish I was on a comedy stage. I just, the thing I don't like,
aliens.
The thing I don't like, Steve, is when I say, folks, there ain't no aliens. The looks I get from normal people who think that there's a whole other race with convenience stores and family structures and spaceships and armies. Like it's Mike. If it's anything, it's like a salamander with 4 eyes that evolved out of some kind of closet. There's no aliens. They're not coming here, Steve. But I'm the problem.
Jerry the Cannon Junkie is rifling through his desk and files and papers are going everywhere. He's trying to get to a microphone to be like, no, you don't understand.
I'm slightly disappointed that Jerry the Cannon Junkie has a child that he has to pay attention to and he can't call into the show. This is why we do. Maybe next week. Well, I'll tell you what, when the goddamn files are released. Yeah, you're here. Yeah, exactly.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Come on, Jerry.
Where are you, Jerry? Where the hell?
Step it up. Your kid's older. All right, give her a Snickers bar and an iPad, call it a night.
That's what Miss Rachel's for.
Yeah, exactly. Put on some roadblocks or micro blocks or craft mine or whatever the fuck's going on out there.
There's a 4-hour loop of Elmo on YouTube.
Okay.
Ask me how I know.
See, everyone says there's life. There's no aliens. That's
okay,
the point of life.
Stop. Hold on. So I'm with you that there are no aliens here, right? Because I am a believer that there's no one has made it here.
No one's come here.
The idea that but you're also of the belief that there is no other sentient life anywhere in the universe.
Correct. Because that's the point of our life. Is we're it, baby.
Oh,
Not an ego. People say, "Oh, like,
I just don't
think
we're that special."
But see that everyone misunderstands me. That I'm the opposite of saying we're special. I'm saying we're not.
We're a random clusterfuck. That's random of a clusterfuck.
We have one chance. This is it. Sport. Do something with it.
We need to put this on the list of the things that Ken and Steve are going to talk about on that super serious podcast that we're going to do like once a month about like non-topical things where we just talk about shit like aliens and politics and stuff.
If there were what people think, life on other planets that's crawling around on a rock, what? I got it. I understand it. I've heard George Lucas talk about it. Okay, George and James Cameron have talked about it. But when you have this conversation with people, they are expecting dealy doppers and things that go boo. That's what they think's in these files. Right. And every time they show a Tic Tac video, Mick West sits over there and in 2 minutes finds the actual specific airplane that was. And it's like, yeah, it's a balloon. We just had ICE loan their weapons to a local team to shoot down a balloon over El Paso.
Yeah.
That's my point.
Party of small government, by the way.
What's that?
Party of small government, by the way.
I have very religious views on it.
Kyle Harrell makes a good point. If we did found ET, would we just deport him? Like, how would that work? We can't just send ET to CCOT. Like, how?
No, we can't.
What do you do?
We have
what
one.
What do we do with the aliens? This is what the fuck is going on?
I hope they come. I hope they show up here, and I hope it's like the TV show Robotech, and that they come here and we all gather together. It's like the White Walkers in Game of Thrones. It's a threat from the outside, and we all come to. Well, in Game of Thrones they failed, but in Robotech, the Earth Defense Forces formed the EDF after aliens attack the Zentradi, and we realize we are not alone and we got to work together, and everything that's going on down here doesn't matter. Steve, this is our only hope. So I hope it is aliens.
If COVID taught us anything, it's that the aliens would dog walk us with sticks and stones. But yeah.
Do we think that?
Yes.
Everyone 100%. Just assumes the aliens, if they get here, they're super smart.
Yep.
There could be a bunch of bumblefucks that took a wrong turn and they crash into Pika.
Nope.
And they might not be the best of the best.
I'm not going to let you off on this one. No. Once they have achieved faster than light travel, Ken, they have figured out the forward pass while we are still like pushing English like curling stones. You know what I mean? Like 400 years ago down a hill. You know what I mean? Like there's a difference.
That's a great joke I'd pay you for to tell on stage, but I don't believe it. Like I can't do comedy. I don't believe it. I'm saying the smart ones. This is like if Dr. Addy created like subsonic and supersonic light speed travel, right? She creates it. First contact happens. And you and I after a podcast take one out for a spin and crash it. We ain't the best of the best. We ain't the best of the best.
So you think the Bill and Ted of aliens are what showed up?
Yep.
Okay.
Yep. That's what I think. That's what
I'm so glad we have RFK and Trump doing the negotiations with them. Then they'll fit right in. That'll be great.
Maybe that's the hope, man. It's like Mars Attacks, like the movie Mars Attacks. Take me to your leader,
idiots. And
then they take the lead. They I'll be careful on YouTube. They handle the leaders. Maybe that's what it is. All right, let's do one confession here. I got some GOT coming up here as well. Man, I'm in a salty. It almost might not be a smart idea to do this Game of Thrones, but I got to get this series wrapped up. Chris checking in from Broaxium. Sinful confession. Until the early 90s, I thought all the songs from the Sgt. Pepper's movie were original Bee Gees songs, as well as Aerosmith, Earth, Wind, and Fire. And Earth, Wind, and Fire owns Got to Get You to My Life. This is great, Chris.
Yes.
All right. I know we didn't do. Yes, sorry. I should probably.
It's all right. It's okay.
Yeah, hold on. I want to do this right. There we go. All right. Let's do this right if we're going to do this segment. I forgot. I keep forgetting to clip it out. I'm so bad. I need a producer, Steve. There we go. Is that loud enough?
Perfect.
Okay. All right. Sorry, everybody. Welcome to your sinful confessions. Today's confession comes from Christopher Ryans from the Broaxium podcast. He writes, until the early 90s, I thought all the songs from the Sgt. Pepper's movie were original Bee Gees songs as well as Aerosmith. Earth, Wind, and Fire owns Got to Get You Into My Life. Love this. All right, so I can see how this happens. So to set the context, there is a late 70s movie that stars the Bee Gees, Billy Preston, Steve Martin's in it. It is a Sgt. Pepper musical. I can't remember how approved it was by the Beatles, who were, of course, post-breakup, and Apple Records. I can't remember, but they had the songs in it, so it must have been. And this is at the height of the Bee Gees. Steve, I am leaning on There's No Sin for Chris, because this often happens, no matter, the movie comes out in the 70s, Chris is talking about when he was younger in the 90s. I fall, even to this day, I will fall for songs that I hear that I'm not super familiar with the original version or the original artist. And sometimes it's big people. It just happens this way. And you're like, oh, I love that 10,000 Maniacs song. Well, that was actually a cover of Patti Smith covering a Bruce Springsteen song. Like, oh, okay, you learn it. At some point, you learn it. And though the Beatles are as big as the Beatles are, I can imagine that Chris is sitting over there playing with the Star Wars figures, sees this thing. Maybe it's on VHS tape. Maybe his mom or dad or an uncle or aunt or someone or cousins playing it over and over. He sees it on TV. And he thinks, I like these Bee Gees, and I like their songs from Sgt. Pepper. I think there's no sin.
I agree. I think there's no sin. I think this is just someone, again, you don't want to come to me for your music indulgences, because I don't feel like I'm studied up on this part of the theology.
Sure.
But as someone who, the closest thing I could admit to here is I secretly like the Guns N' Roses version of Sweet Child of Mine the best. I don't know if that's like bad or like looked down upon, but to me, there was so many of those like white dudes with long hair from the mid 70s through the 80s that just, I was like, okay, white dude with long hair band, it's whether it was Crosby, Stills and Nash or like the Doors or like this, they were all, I'm like, okay, sure. Like that was that genre itself. So I got that into its own little thing. And whether they were all ripping off jazz artists in the 40s or 50s or Bob Dylan or whoever, then so be it.
Yeah, George Harrison's got my mind set on you as a cover. It's the way it is. But so anyways, Chris, I say no sin. You're free to go. Confession and a super chat from Kingsport Cal. When applicable. Sorry, I didn't read ahead.
So this is why you need a producer.
Sorry. Confession from Kingsport Cal, who paid $5 American to say this publicly. When applicable, I pee sitting down. Piss pause more freely that way. He pauses an economic situation. And if you have to take a bleep, you are already in position. I apologize to anyone offended by that. Yeah, I don't think it's a sin, Steve. I think this is preparation in action. I think Kingsport Cal has obviously got some wild cards going in his morning routine. You got to check your phone. You got to check those emails in the morning. That becomes an office. I think he's getting work done.
Listen, two things. This isn't a sin. I don't think this is a sin. I think this is more of a preference thing. This is assuming, he says when applicable, right? So that's a huge qualifier. We're only talking home games.
Right.
Because if we're doing this on away games, that seems a little extra. Unless it's like you're at a hotel for a while, like a long time, something like that, like a consistent situation for a little while. So I'm only doing that for home games. Second thing, be careful about looking at the phone on the toilet for too long, folks. Colorectal cancer and all that kind of stuff is burning through millennials, and we got to make sure we're not sitting on the toilet too long, because that's bad posture for us, and that only contributes to other bad things. So eat your fiber and get off the potty soon.
I saw that story, that guy who lost his rectum after sitting on the toilet for a couple hours.
That sounds horrible.
But absolutely horrible.
But a couple hours? Like, what are you doing for a few hours? Like,
that's on
what
you.
What are you doing after a few hours?
Right.
Like,
this isn't a societal problem. I don't think this is kids these days are spending too much time on the phone. If you sat on a toilet for 2 hours until your body disintegrated,
right?
I'm going to say that's on you.
It's a little Darwinism there. You know what I mean, right?
Yep.
It's like you've abused the luxury
Yep.
of the toilet. You know what I mean? Like your ancestors didn't have this porcelain, gift
Right.
for the last, I don't know, entire existence up until 200 years ago. Let's maybe not.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There
Don't
we
love
go.
that. After 20 minutes, what are you doing anyway? Right? Like, come on.
It's a lot. Thanks for that. We have got no more confessions in the hopper, but I really appreciate those confessions, and we'll get on to the other things we need to do. So there you go. Thank you. You are all healed of your sins.
All
right, Steve. It's a good organist. I don't mind an organ.
She's great.
I don't mind an organ.
I've decided it's a she. I've decided our organist is a
like an older lady.
Yeah.
Like an older lady. Yeah, I get you. Yeah. Like named Betty. That's the organist here around these
like
parts.
Betty. Betty's good. Yeah, Betty the organist. I like that.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Cool.
All right. On that note, we're going to do some Game of Thrones talking. Steve takes a bye-bye. But we go ahead and bring in Jared the TIE Pilot. Jared the TIE Pilot, first of all, how are you doing?
What the fuck show are we watching tonight? Jesus Christ, you
What's
two.
the problem? What's the problem?
I don't even know where to start with everything.
What's going on? I don't understand what's going on.
Oh,
what's the
God.
problem? You tell me the problem.
Oh, just the world is burning. Aliens. For one thing, aliens exist. No, they are not. They do not have 7-Elevens because Neil deGrasse Tyson even put it the best way. People are.
You don't know that.
Fuck you. Humans are very egotistical, and we think aliens have to look like us. No. They can still be sentient and be morbid blobs of ooze.
Sure. Right.
They exist. We will never meet them, and they will never meet us. And to Steve's point, if for some reason, for asinine reason, they get to us and want to meet us, it's not a good reason. They'll just obliterate us because it's not Bill and Ted coming down.
Okay.
The sheer size of the universe and number of things in the universe.
Yeah.
The math ain't working up for you. And
you have no proof though. Yeah.
I tell you what, math is my proof.
Okay, I haven't met an alien, but you know who I have met? Neil deGrasse Tyson. I've talked to him. And I can tell you this. Kind of a prick.
I can picture it.
Kind of a prick. I met him at Comic-Con. But he was eating ice cream.
But before we get into Game of Thrones, because it's going to be a spicy one, I have a ask and hang up question for you and Steve for after it. So Steve can think on it in the meantime. I need to know, what is your favorite protein? What is your favorite cut of said protein? Your favorite way to prepare said cut of said protein. So
favorite protein.
Yep.
RFK would be so proud.
Okay. All right. We'll come to that there. All right.
Well,
okay.
Let's do
All
this.
right. Well, before the aliens get here and they're shaped like brooms with eyes, let's go ahead and do this. This is a big one. As he likes to do, and as he has done, and as he forced me to do back in the day when I kind of retired from talking about Game of Thrones after years of doing it on other shows, Jared is here with a question and some thoughts on a big one. We have finally reached Season 8, Episode 3, The Long Night. And oh boy, I love this episode, and we'll see if I can look back with peace and kindness in my heart. Jared, how are we doing, and what are we looking at?
Ooh, it's going to get spicy, Ken. We, as you said, the long night is here. Miguel Shapachnik, which I can never say. Yes, thank you.
Yes,
what you said. And D&D in the writing chair. And you know what, Ken? I've kept this opinion to myself because I knew it's kind of a spicy take because, like you, I love Season 8. I love the show. I don't believe there are bad overall episodes. There are things I don't like. And you know what? The more I even rewatched the episode for the third time today in the past week. Watched it 3 times. I'm like, the more I watch this episode, the more it pisses me off.
This episode.
And it's the strategic way that they handle the battle. I love all the story aspects, the moments, I love Arya killing the Night King, like all the stuff the fandom and the internet got angry about. I'm like, no, that's great. Love it.
Right.
You literally said in the last episodes, when preparing for said battle, we cannot meet them in the open field. So you send your best fucking warriors charging ahead into the pitch blackness first. You have siege equipment outside your walls,
right?
Instead of inside your walls to protect them, to keep launching shenanigans. Like,
right.
Get in the fucking. This is Helm's Deep, people. Get inside the fucking castle. What the hell are you doing?
It's not big enough.
Help me, Ken.
It's not big enough. Winterfell's not big enough. Winterfell is not Helm's Deep. Winterfell is kind of tiny. Look at the map. It's tiny. Yep, those trebuchets are big. Big trebuchets.
When I was thinking about tonight, I'm like, I need Ken to pull out an old Joseph Scrimshaw Force Center. I need counseling on this. Help me, Ken. Because the military tactics anger me. Why doesn't Dany have armor on, for fuck's sake? She's got a fur coat that looks like she's going to the Met Gala. Girl, get some chainmail, please.
It's a good one. All right. So I don't. Here's the thing. This was one of the things I was going to get mad about, is the people who hide behind it's not good strategy, and this was what was in the day. But it's also fun. I think it's fun to go, hey, this wasn't the best strategy. I think it's a fun conversation. It's my least of my concerns. The problem is you had essayists, you had YouTubers, YouTube essayists who just broke this down like it was an actual medieval battle. It's not a medieval battle. It's a battle against death itself. And I don't think Winterfell's as big as people think it is. Now, I'm saying you don't. You're a fan. You know the maps, you read the books. And as far as the Dothraki, this is why the Loot Train battle happened. It's pro wrestling. We saw how devastating they were. You can't contain them, all right? It's like me in Fortnite. If you try to bottle me up with too much strategy, and I do love Fortnite strategy. I love going to the back of the map. I'll hide in the bush for a while. I'll do this. But after a while, I've got to go. It's like my stand-up career. If I have a set list. I have things I want to get to. But if I stay beholden to that, I'm not aligned with my true self. The Dothraki cannot be contained. They are useless behind a wall. They need to be on the go. They need to be mobile. And then you got Melisandre showing up and lighting their goddamn swords aflame. I'm riding in with confidence. I think, yes, you're right. They went against their strategy. But we don't know that if between that time that someone said, hey, you know what? We're misusing the Dothraki. The Unsullied, inside or outside, doesn't matter where you put them. Those are tough son of a bees. They're going to get the job done. All right? Put them on the outside, put them on the inside. Got it. You've got a lot of men on the inside. You got the Knights of the Vale. You got everyone else. But the Dothraki are free range, man. Charge them ahead. Let's see what we got. But it is futile. I do agree this. My biggest strategy is, and I get why they did it. And again, I want to talk about something. We're talking, Jared, inside the story. I'm not talking to you like you're one of those people that took to the internet to do a 14-minute essay on why this is the wrong. Actually, let's be 14-hour essay on why it was the wrong. God.
Like I said, that's why I usually kept this to myself, because I don't want to be associated with those pieces of shit.
Well, but I'm releasing you of that. I'm releasing myself of that. Let's talk about it as if it's a story that you're experiencing. I do think they make some mistakes. And Dany not wearing armor. Look, we don't know what's not under that jacket. It's a great jacket. It's one of my favorite Dany looks, but I understand what you're saying. What I think is, I know the Night King is out there. I know he's got an ice dragon now. I think you should have taken those two dragons, Dany and Jon, and should have just burned the bleep out of everyone. Risk it. That's, to me, the no guts, no glory. You got, yes, one javelin is going to take them out, but no guts, no glory. I think the moment Dany wants to, right? Because Dany does. That was, to me, you've got two nukes, launch them. Because you got one ice dragon. But again, I'm talking in story and then out story, in the direction of the episode and everything. There's that. Also, and I'll address it here now, there is the budget, the practical reasons. You could not have the Dothraki on their horses in that battle. It was not going to work. It was going to cost too much money. That has been explained by them in books and interviews and everything. It was a budget concern as well. So, but that's not fair to what you're saying, because we're having fun talking about inside the story.
And even on that, I love how you bring up, you've got the two nukes. So, that's a piece of strategy I can go back and forth on. Wait for the Night King or attack the dead on head on, blah, blah, blah. But there's the part where Jon lands, I forget which dragon he's actually on. Is it Viserion or something? Whenever.
Isn't he on Rhaegal? Yeah.
Yeah, Rhaegal, that's it. He lands Rhaegal, and that's all. And, it's just kind of looking. It's like, you're not even just saying, to light them up, the ones that are standing next to you. And then he sees them trying to light the trench. And Melisandre walking her. I love Melisandre. She did great this episode. Everything about her was. But you're walking to that trench to try to use your like. No, run, girl, get there, start praying.
Well, Leon Sully do the thing, yeah. But it's a cool, it's a cool visual. But it's a cool.
It is. But
again, that's separate than what you're saying. You're talking about.
Yeah, and then John's just sitting there. I'm like, bro, light it up. You see them failing at that.
John is a great warrior. He's a great leader. Would have been a great king. But I also do think he doesn't make the best of decisions sometimes. I think the Battle of the Bastards, as we've discussed, he's a dead man. He's a dead man many times.
Oh yeah.
And that's kind of what I like about him. That's kind of how I am on Fortnite. I die a lot, but I also win a lot. Right? I also win a lot. Okay, I love that you brought the spice. What do you love about the battle?
I love the moments and the heart behind all the characters.
Yes.
The sheer togetherness that you have with Brienne and Podrick, Jaime, just the free folk, putting Lyanna Mormont, for fuck's sake, being the boss that she is. Mm-hmm. Our boy Sam getting his hands dirty, but just the way that they sell the hopelessness, the Hound doing the best job of it, just going, we're fighting death. We can't fucking win this.
Right.
And our boy just going, tell her that. Just all these moments. Like I said, it's just the strategicness that aggravates me. Everything else I love about this episode, the quiet moments in the crypt, the Night King re-raising all of the dead right there in front of Jon. And he fucking, and I love, this is the one time we see like a facial change in the Night King. It's always just that ice face he's got. He fucking smiles at Dany after she tries to burn him. Right. Oh God, what a troll.
He's a sassy little man. You're speaking about everything. What I love about this episode. This is the episode. We're doing this Game of Thrones rewatch. We're put on Castle Talk, but the whole reason you kept calling into the Blathering to get me to talk about Game of Thrones is I essentially stopped. I was doing a little bit of House of Dragon on Castle, but I'd stopped, and that's because the discourse around season 8 broke me, and it broke me in this. This is the episode that broke me. I had put my phone up. The first 2 episodes are great. They're table setting. You have the great Night of the Seven Kingdoms ending. I think the fandom was generally happy. Some people were unhappy the first episode because it's table setting and it's slow and boring, blah, blah, blah. It's filler. It's not. It's great, but I get it. People were already complaining come into this episode that the battle was already here. This is it. And as I keep saying, even if you're looking at the prophecy of Azor Ahai and Jon and what that might mean for him, you are going to have these 3 tiers of things. And I'm forgetting it off the top of my head. Someone can add in the comments, but something happens here, something's here, and he has to go south. And then and the whole thing with his wife. I'm so passionate about this episode. I'm forgetting the prophecy. Nisa, the prophecy. Yes. So all that's happening. So all that's playing out. But forget the strategy if you can, if you allow me. Forget the strategy, which again is fun. I have that stuff in Star Wars where I look, well, if they had done this, you know what I do? I do this game where I get to this episode. I'm like, wow, what if Sir Barristan was still alive? It's one man, but what does he do? Hey, what if Bronn was on this team? What was he do? I love getting lost in that kind of stuff. All right.
I miss your what ifs episodes on Daily Thrones. Those were always fun.
Right. And what ifs are often used by the fandoms against these things. That's why I kind of stopped doing them. Even the Marvel what ifs. I never want what ifs and episodes in Star Wars because this is so much better and it takes away the fun. But I love that stuff because I always say I watch these things as if it's history unfolding in front of me. So that includes the mistakes they might make. But just in terms of an episode, this broke me because from the beginning, the tension. I rewatched this episode 3 times of last week as well. And especially the first time back, but the other 2, the tension, the butterflies in my stomach, the music cues, the sound, and despite what it might be in terms of the strategy, Melisandre showing up to complete her story. I love the use of her here. I love all through the episode, and I love how it ends with her. But showing up, lighting the blades, and they start running, and you have this visual because they're shooting in the dark, and you can't afford all the horses. This visual of them running. The trebuchets launching flaming rocks, Jorah and Ghost. And there was at one point, there's this shot where it's kind of at a low angle and it's like Ghost and it's Jorah and it's Dothraki and the flaming thing, everything's flying over. And I remember on my couch going, I can't believe I'm seeing this on TV. This is my favorite show of all time. I can't believe we're on TV. I grew up where you watch Chips and Airwolf and Golden Girls, and I love those shows, but like we could not imagine that TV could be this. And so the episode goes through. It's very intentional. The team put it together. And yes, I'll address it. Yes, I'm not being dismissive of those that couldn't see it. I could see it. The episode's supposed to be dark. It's the long night. But I could see it. Other people couldn't. I had this with Solo Star Wars Story. The first 2 times I saw Solo Star Wars Story, everything was perfect. And I heard people complaining about how it looked. And then the third time, I was like, oh, absolutely, they were right. This theater didn't have it set properly. That's a real thing. So that's a problem in the streaming era. That's a problem with other stuff. It's not necessarily on Game of Thrones. The cinematographer was a little saucy and salty about it at the time, as he should, because he put 72 fucking days or whatever it was into filming this. And it's a beautifully shot episode. They just made an artistic choice to do it in the darkness because it's, for a lot of reasons, but it's also, again, the long night. Anyways, it becomes this slow thriller, this horror thing. Then you go down to the thing. And I remember in the speculation up to this episode on the podcast I was on here at the time, I think casually we did season 8, was, hey, what if the dead come back? What if the dead Starks come back? So then it happens, right? And then we get to the big end. And to me, there was never John. John was never necessarily the only choice. He was a choice, but he wasn't the only choice to me to take out the Night King. It made sense to me that it was Arya. Also, I liked the moment. I love the stuff with Bran. I love Theon's final moment. Again, this is all subjective. You might not like it out there. You might not even like it, Jared. I can get that. The episode ends, and I'm out of breath. I'm emotional. Melisandre wanders off. She dies. I think it's a beautiful, haunting, poetic ending. The long night is over. It's a quote Tywin Anderson. The battle is over, and we have won. I do the mistake. I pick up my phone. I go to what was then Twitter, and all of the stuff starts coming in, including some of the strategy stuff. Which again, you're approaching in good faith. I'm approaching you in good faith on it, and that was it. I limped through 3 more episodes of my podcast breaking down this show. And there was one other TV critic at the time who I remember that an hour after the episode said, you all don't like this. I cannot understand any of you anymore. And to me, it isn't about things being above critical analysis. It's not that everything is perfect. I love season 8. Some of the artistic choices they make later on, particularly around Dany and the lack of her perspective in it, is something I understand. I also think this season moves fast, not necessarily with this battle list, but we only have 6 episodes, so it feels short. There's all those kind of things that if you approach me with good faith, and if you approach me with good faith in the comics and the comments, I can understand. We can have the conversation. I don't love season 7, as we discussed time and time again, as much as other people. Season 5's a little bit of a dip. Alden and I were talking about it on Casterly the other day when I reviewed Night of the Seven Kingdoms. But this was an achievement to me. This was an artistic hour and 30 minutes, hyper artistic hour and 30 minutes that brought together all these characters. Was this giant, not necessarily final battle. It was never going to be the final battle because it didn't determine the crown. So even if you think the show's only about who's going to get something on the throne, it had nothing to do with the crown. And the Night King wasn't developed, didn't need to be developed. This was a show version versus the book version. We're dealing with show canon. End of my rant, and I'm being nice about it. I lost faith. We're doing this rewatch to look at the show. I personally, as at one point, without bragging, a leader in the Game of Thrones talking space, both on Collider, Screen Junkies. My show on Screen Junkies was the highest subscriber driver for the time that it was on for the network we had. I have some good cred in the Game of Thrones talking world. This was my final straw. Even though I limped on to have other kind of conversations, I just didn't want to engage with it anymore because I think the show put blood on the tracks, put this wonderful thing out there, and we had too many people. Well, Arya shouldn't have been it. Why would you? And then again, it's not even. I don't want to turn this political, but it's not even like one side. The people in my life who were like, that's a shame what they did to Dothraki. What do you mean? We never got to hear their perspective. Great. You're right. Maybe in season 2, after Khal Drogo dies, maybe we should have spent some more time with Dothraki. We should have learned what they thought about going to Westeros. I agree with what you're saying because you're speaking about a bigger problem in just modern pop culture and and the white centric stories. I'm there for that. But the show, why would you think in season 8, suddenly before the big battle, we get to meet Dipped Up Magoo and his take on what the hell's happening with the Dothraki and Westeros? You know that's not going to happen. So it's not a standard to hold them to for this episode. Maybe a future series. Maybe House of the Dragon should have more of that. Maybe Night of the Seven Kingdoms will have more of that. But it is what it is. And it broke me. And then the end of my rant, it broke me. But I'm glad this episode exists, Jared.
Now, you know what, Ken? It broke me in a way, obviously not as bad as you, because I was, not a pundit or anything, but I also stopped talking about it with friends and colleagues and people around me because it was real life Twitter to me. Because the friend, as I told you, for this season, I watched it with an ex and a friend at his house every week. He was on his phone halfway through the battle complaining already. Like, it was just like the episode's not even over, and I can't even enjoy the full episode because you're already bitching about shit on your phone.
Yes,
and that's why. And when that's why I loved hearing you. And when you had the old team with Alden and Rachel, and then when you got
Andreas and Lon.
Andreas, yes, that's what I meant. And that's when I was like, you know what, the man needs more. The man needs to get on the good train again. And I'm happy we've done this. I'm happy we've had our counseling through this. As our professor of smart things in our live chat said, Ken, that rant was a 4-center well said.
It's come from the heart, and no one don't cry for me. Don't cry for me, Westeros. It's a small thing, and I also think I'm not smart enough to have this conversation. I tried to have this conversation with my buddy Matt Key on his podcast because Matt is smarter than me. He's a philosophy guy. This episode's really ramped it up, but there is a problem with conclusions. There is a problem with conclusions, and you all here in Casterly or in the Blathering have heard me say this before, and I don't have the right words to fully express how frustrating it is. As a fandom, as a society, we have a problem with conclusions. The journey is always greater. So if you're thinking for 7.5 seasons, who's going to kill that Night King? I know he shows up a little bit later, but let's just go with that. And you never thought it was Arya, or you didn't want it to be Arya, and you thought it was Jon, and you thought it was this, and then the creators make this decision, which I think is justified, and I think it's right. They knew they were going to build to it. They said from like season 3 on, they kind of knew where they were going with some of this stuff. I always say, if you have some issues with season 8, go to season 3 and study the themes of that season, particularly stuff that Dany and Jon go through, and it sets everything up for this season. It's what they're going with it.
Oh, yeah.
But again, you might not like the decision, but we have this problem where we just hold on to what this is what I wanted. And how dare these creators and these artists and these actors go in a different direction? Stranger Things is dealing with it right now. Star Wars has dealt with it a few times, and we'll deal with it again. And it is psychological. It is something about the endings. I've said this before, but this is the place for it. I'll put on record. I was in the ArcLight in 2000. When did Return of the King come out? 3?
Yep.
I was in the ArcLight watching Return of the King. And when the appendices come on and they keep fading in, fading out, people were heckling, people were hissing, booing, and laughing. And that's in the goddamn books that you all want to everything be beholden to. We have a problem with endings because we build up all this hype. And then this industry comes along, the industry that I'm in and have benefited from, that builds things off of hype, predictions, speculation. And then also there's this cottage industry of knowledge. Now I love Alex and Molly at Star Wars Explained. Their wheelhouse is knowledge, but if you've noticed, they've grown beyond that to talk about what the art means to them. They also explain things, and I love this stuff. I pull out maps and study them. I have the World of Westeros books, and I'll occasionally will just read it. Let me read the Kings. Like, I love that stuff. But so many popular channels only sit there and tell you what they know like it's reading a Wikipedia page. And it is dumbed down our ability to take in what the artists are saying. And this episode was the zenith of that. Throwing words out there now. I told you. And that's why I love this episode. That's why I will defend this episode. And that's why I am so often frustrated at anyone, people I love and respect, who just take a swipe at season 8. So glad Night of the Seven Kingdoms is good. It's made me forgive for season 8. You don't even know what you thought about season 8. You just know what other people thought about season 8. Exactly. That's my problem.
No, like I said, I just don't understand it because it's such a beautiful episode. Just parts that got me to just get back to the episode as a whole, as we've been doing. Let's look at the episode.
All right, a couple minutes here, and then we got to roll. But yes.
No, but I was just a few parts that really I loved was the we always knew how great the Unsullied were, how much they'll just take anything, but to just hear them protect the retreat, and then Grey Worm watching his men before he has to make the decision to pull that lever. Beautiful. Love that.
Beautiful moment.
That is great. And then another part that always gets me is John running to Bran. Literally passing, as you like to say, the all-star cast, and each one of them getting their ass handed to him, and he can't help any of them. You know, he has to get there, and Arya getting the stab in. I mean, that was great. The knife drop in it, and then we just Phantom Menace the whole army of the dead. It's lovely, beautiful episode. The cinematography was mwah.
Yeah. No. Again, I understand there was legit issues, but that's just more about our streaming and TVs, and it's a different time. I get that there. But yeah, no, thanks. I have not much more to say. I just love the episode. There's so many highlights. I've mentioned the Melisandre thing. I love the horror of being down in the crypts, and that actually happens. Oh, and that was another thing too. Like, then that happens. I said this at the end of season 7. For 7 years, I was on shows and podcasts where me, the pundits, and people in the audience would be like, I bet that wall comes down. Then the wall comes down, and people were, the wall came down. People were saying, I hope the dead Starks come out of their graves. And then they did, and people were like mocking it. And that's not good faith discourse. That's not good faith discourse. And it all works to the coffee cup, which shows up later on, right? Is it later on or after? I can't remember the goddamn coffee cup.
I try not to think of that damn coffee cup.
And we all think we're experts. We all think we know. And then and if you're already having faith in the show be broken a little bit, and you see a coffee cup, and then you say, see, Dan and David don't care. That means you've never been on a set. You don't know the chaos that a set is. You don't know what a PA's job is, which is important. You don't know any of these things. And that they probably weren't even there for that, or were around the corner to monitor where they couldn't see a cup. And that was to go from this great battle to this discourse around a goddamn coffee cup. And people they wanted to get out of their deal to go make Star Wars. No, they didn't.
God,
they were exhausted. The show had killed them for 10 years, all of them for more than 10 years. Like, yes, absolutely. But everyone on that set is professional, and that still happens, all right? Gene, wristwatch guy on Mandalorian. But everyone loved the show then, so they wouldn't criticize it. So anyways, Jared, we got through it. We got 3 episodes left.
We did.
And I appreciate it.
Yep. So next week, the last of the Starks, the big funeral. We're getting geared up for the bells. Do we want to drop how we're finishing this now, or do we want to save that information?
I think we're going to do 2 more weeks here in Blathering, and then I think we're going to arrange a time for you to join me and Alden, get your beautiful face on camera, and bring it home with the final episode, and do maybe a longer rewatch over on Casterly Talk. So if you're watching here on Casterly, and I'm sure half of you probably hate me and hate what I said, and for the other of you, but I'm telling you, I was in the game a long time. I know what I'm talking about. I've read all the books, and I studied the maps, and I was brought in to be an expert on many other shows, man. And the discount that I get from people in my own life who respect me, but apparently when it comes to something like this that I've studied, toss me aside. It's still with me, Jared. I'm still working through it, but we're gonna get through it, and we're gonna figure it out over there on Casterly Talk. Thank you, Jared.
All right, as always, guys, stay safe, and we'll see you soon.
We will. Steve, you got any props?
No, I don't want to say anything to piss you off further. We were just having a lot of fun in the chat, drafting different Game of Thrones characters into different sports positions.
I love that. I've done that a few times. What do we got?
Duncan and Bobby Baratheon are our defensive ends.
Oh yeah, they'd be good edge rushers now, huh?
Yeah.
Well, but see, what era, Robert?
Prime
Prime
Trident,
Robert?
Bobby Baratheon. Yeah, of course.
Okay,
Yeah. Everyone's in their prime when we're doing the whole mythological sports team thing.
King,
You always pick everyone in their prime.
King Robert, season 1.
No.
Robert is a nose tackle.
Maybe.
He's Tony. What's the Tony Siragusa?
Tony Siragusa. Yeah.
That's probably bad. Yeah.
King Bobby Baratheon has a cigarette in his mouth, like as on the sideline as he's going into the game, kind of thing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's what I imagine him as. But no,
yeah, I love that.
Him in his prime, coming off the edge with Dunk on the other side. That would be good. Dunk would also make, I think make a great power forward if we're playing basketball.
I think this is great. I've always picked Arya Stark to be my running back. She's gonna water dance through.
Be
one of those, be like one of those little Devon Achan kind of short and fast. Just boop, get through the line. Yeah,
I like that. I like that a lot.
Who are you going quarterback?
See, it's so cliche to say like Jon Snow, but I think
he's tiny.
He's tiny. Yeah, give me Rob Stark as my quarterback. Give me Rob Stark as my quarterback. Give me Grey Worm as my wide receiver 1.
Yeah.
I can imagine just throwing bombs to Grey Worm on the side.
On the outside or slot?
Yeah. On the outside.
On the outside, someone a little bigger in the slot.
Yeah, no, you need someone a little beefier in the slot. Give me yeah.
You know who I want as a tight end is Damon Targaryen, Matt Smith.
Okay.
I want him my tight end or maybe a slot receiver.
Okay.
He could be a good.
Tall?
He could be a
How
good.
tall
What? I don't know.
How tall is Damon supposed to be? How tall is Damon supposed to be? He's supposed to be like over 6 feet. Yeah,
I don't know.
But like Bobby Baratheon's huge.
Yeah, but Damon Targaryen would be also potentially a good. What in my day we called an inside linebacker. I don't know what the fuck a Will, a Sam, or a Mike is, but that's what
right. No, the Vulcaner in chat is a great call. Brienne is your tight end. Brienne is 100%.
Oh, Brienne's a great tight end.
That is a great tight end.
She's a Travis Kelce.
Yeah. That is an amazing pick at tight end. And then give me Braun at like free safety or strong safety, just at one of my safeties. You know, he's a great kind of last line of defense.
You know who I want as a again, I'd say in my day, outside linebacker was what I think edges are now. Like in my day, Jalen Phillips, he's not on the defensive line. He's a linebacker, but he's an edge, which is technically a defensive line. Tormund Giantsbane. He's the Jack Lambert of the game.
Yes. I would have even put him in the middle. I would have put Tormund as like the Brian Urlacher type with like he would have the bar right in the middle of his face mask kind of thing. You know what I mean?
Let's go.
Yeah, absolutely.
Kyle Harlow says Joffrey is Lane Kiffin. I don't disagree with that at all. Adam Knight says we've agreed that the Mountain is the whole offensive line. Yeah, he'd be a tackle. He'd be on the outside.
He would have to be he would be an amazing left tackle. You would never worry about getting sacked if the Mountain is your left tackle. You
all can head in the Discord, become a Patreon supporter, get into that Discord, and head over there, and we can fill out our roster over there. I think that's great. We should do that from time to time. I did that. I've done that on Force Center. I've done that on. I did for one Super Bowl. I think I did that on Force Center for football players, the Star Wars players. I've done it for baseball too. It's fun. There we go. We do have the protein question. Okay. What do we so Jared the TIE pilot asks, all right, hold on. Jared,
I don't remember what
was your question again?
All right, so your favorite protein, so chicken, fish, cow, what have you, pig, favorite cut of that protein, and then how are you preparing your favorite cut of said favorite protein?
Okay. Yeah, you're making me want to be a vegan again because I think piggies are the cutest little animals, but ham is it's my favorite protein. I'm going to go a pig, and I go either a ham steak or some good old fashioned bacon, not crispy. I like right in the middle. I don't like too loosey goosey. I don't like burnt to the crisp. I like a little crunch, but I like it floppy. Giggity. Steve.
Okay, I'm glad you clarified because I was
gonna say
floppy bacon is like a massive red flag.
That face you were making was brilliant.
What do you mean? What? Why?
That's like showering with socks on. What are we doing?
Like
floppy bacon?
Wearing jeans into a ice plunge? I don't understand why.
Well, at least jeans in an ice plunge keeps you warm a little bit.
There's usually
floppy bacon. What are we doing?
I'll tell you why, Steve. Now again, as I've stated, I like it in the middle. but I'd err towards floppy because I love putting that floppy, soft meat in my mouth and squishing it up and getting those ham juices.
This is what happens at the hour and 41-minute mark of the show.
So I gotta work out tonight.
Are you a person that likes the fat on the bacon? Are you like one of those folks?
Nah,
I mean, what's your opinion on fat and meat in general?
Don't like it. No, I don't like it. No. If you serve me a steak, that fat better be cut off. And I've said this before. The reason being, my dad, Eastern, European, Asian, Russian background, raised by parents that escaped the Soviet Union and had no food and just the clothes on their back. So they ate everything. So my dad ate the gizzards, he ate the heart, he ate the liver. That chicken went in there and he served up all of it. So anything that's abnormal that isn't just like a little slice of perfect white meat or a steak that's been diced and, I like steak medallions more than a piece of steak. It's just a childhood thing. And again, I was full vegan for like 2 years. I want to get back to a little bit here. And a lot of it was the environmental impact, but also it's Paul McCartney on The Simpsons with Lisa Simpson when she comes out as a vegan, when you're looking at the little lamb and the little lambs with the eyes. Like, I love animals so much that even on Red Dead Redemption, I'd never go on the hunting things unless I have the tranquilizer. All my hunting things on games are done. I did not like Star Wars Jedi, the first game, because all the useless killing of animals they asked the Jedi to do in that. So it's hard for me sometimes to face the fact that I'm eating a cute little piggy.
Such a pain in the ass. Those little things in the Jedi Survivor game are such a pain in the ass, especially the big giant one. That's adorable. That's really cute. Even Red Dead.
There you go. All right. Thank you, Jared. That was a great question.
Always, guys.
All right, we're almost out of here. Good show tonight. I enjoyed the show tonight. I was a little sassy. Man. I'm at the edge of. I'll tell you. I didn't get a chance to do a Monday morning show this week. I had this. I still have one more day of. I got to find out if I have jury duty or not. So, my whole week's been messed up. But Steve, to get serious for a second, I have never felt more myself over the last 6 weeks. This therapy journey, this diagnosis of ADHD, the diagnosis of severe depression, the talking about it, getting back into shape. I feel so myself. My work with Pat Conkey over at Culture, Faith, and Politics is fulfilling me. The work I'm doing here is fulfilling me. This is the show I kind of always wanted on the internet. Force Center's going strong. Cashless going good. I feel so good. And I don't know if I'm going to be able to get food next month. And I can't reconcile the two right now. So I'm in a weird mood. I'm in a great mood, but I'm in an angry mood. So, Steve, thank you for guiding me through it here.
I try. I do my best. I think we all had a good time tonight. Sassy Ken is a fun Ken. Just, we don't take any of it personal, Ken. Don't worry. You don't have to worry about it. You don't have to worry about it.
I mean, I don't want to give the gimmick up. But what's my one complaint to you off air? If I'm always like, what's the one thing I want to preach to people? Being on the joke.
Right.
Being on the joke. This show gets serious when it needs to be. For the most part, this is a hyper reality that we are all creating here. And I love my community before that. I really. Oh, Alan, thank you. Food money. I'm in a good spot, like mentally, but I can't explain how I'm not at the bottom anymore. I'm on the first rung up. Yeah. And it feels so good, but that doesn't mean you need to lie to yourself about resources or the facts of your situation. Right, and that's toxic positivity, but I feel so good. And I really thank all of you every week for making this show what it is. I owe you all. I owe producer Steve so much too. So let's do it again. I'm out Saturday. I'll try to put some other content out, and I am out most likely Monday. I got to shoot the second half of this music video for Dorina that I'm honored to be in. So I might do a little bit of a morning show on Monday before Force Center live at noon. So thank you all. Appreciate you. Let's get on out of here. Let's do the thing. Goodbye, everybody. Goodbye.